Alright, you ain't gotta really look at the camera or anything like that. I don't know if your camera's shy or not, but. Alright, YouTube, today we got Mr. Anthony. As you can see, he got all of this hair right here. I don't know how long it's been since he had a cut.
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Oh, wow. So today, it looks like he usually get a taper, a regular taper, but he wants to try out a burst fade. So I'm gonna be showing y'all the steps and process to turn, because he doesn't already have the shape for a burst fade, so we gotta create the shape, and we're gonna be showing y'all the process today. So let's get to it. All right, since he wants a burst fade and they have all this hair right here, what we're gonna do? We're gonna part it. We're gonna make a part. It doesn't have to be the best part. What you need for this, you kind of need some clips or whatever. These clips really work. You don't want to use, I don't like the Velcro clips when dealing with, curly hair, maybe straight hair. But you just really just getting a rough draft for the part. Do all that. And for a burst fade, he is getting a V in the back. You kind of want to make it curve a little bit, because that's basically what a burst fade is. Anything with a burst in it is more so of a round, circular shape. So right here, and when you're making this initial parting, you don't want to do too much or go too high. You actually want to do less than what you're supposed to be doing. So that way, because you can always cut hair, but you can never bring the hair back. So I feel like this is a nice parting right here. So this is the parting that I got right here. And there's soups in the back. Try to get it right here so y'all can see. Let me move this piece of hair. Kind of like this. But just to take extra precautions, we're going to section it one more time. Just a little bit, taking a little bit of that off. Not going so high. Because we don't want to start cutting it and mess my dude up. He came way from Texas. Way from Texas, so we don't want to give our man a bad haircut. Don't want to give anybody a bad haircut. And we're going to take a small little section. And all of this, I'm going to keep all of this separate, twist it a little bit. We're going to get another clip. Part it right down. Let me make the twist a little bit more tighter so all the hair could be in there. And we're gonna cut all this right here. What I typically like to use in guards for all my haircuts, they always start off with a number 3 guard. We're gonna start with the number 3 guard all the way open and cut everything down. And it's basically a little rough draft that we have. Now, when creating the fade, you want to make sure you have enough room to fade. And as you can see right here is probably enough. We can also bring this, part this a little bit more. We're just making enough room to fade. And I have such a compressed fade for that much more. Alright, now we're going to take this, twist it up again, so we can keep that initial part. Then we're going to put that down, 3 guard, all the way open, level all the way open. Boom. This is almost enough room. We're going to do just a tad bit more.
When he pulls it down. But the Wildcats looking to go tempo. Dave Dorn calls the time.
Right there. We're going to extend this part a little bit.
10 seconds after a message from Ally.
Take this clip out, make it easier for us.
Tackle your savings goals with Ally. A bank that's your ally. Back to you.
All right.
One of the interesting subplots in this game is that both teams are familiar with this defense. In fact, the Kent State defensive coach.
Boom, man. All this right here should be enough for the fade.
Yeah, and so you both
We're gonna go ahead and cut that down. Cut this down right here. All this here right here.
each and every week.
And once you get this side to the desired length, you want to move to the next side. I'm only show y'all one side for this video, just to make the video not as, not as long. Because people's attention span be so short nowadays. They got TikTok, they got reels, shorts on, with short content on YouTube. So the average human nowadays, Snapchat, the average human nowadays, attention span is like 3 seconds, 5 seconds at most for real. So to not keep the videos long, but this what the part should look like. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna match this side, this left side with this side before we get to the fading process, just so everything can be even. We can have a nice rough draft of what we're doing. Alright y'all, so I wound up making it a 3 guard with the lever all the way closed, which is right here, instead of the lever all the way open. I wound up cutting it down with the lever all the way closed instead of the lever all the way open. So we're gonna do the lever all the way open. What we're about to do is debulk all of this. We're not gonna really take it up too high. When we take it up this high, we're gonna start flicking out. We just need to get all this right here so we can start setting our guidelines for the fade. And that's all we're doing. And you want to fade it, start already fading it in the burst fade shape. And I am flicking out because he doesn't want the type of burst fade to where it's like, the hairs, all this hair up here is going to be hanging over. We're going to cut it short, but we still need some weight there. When you flick out, it creates weight. But if I was to just dig in there like this, let me turn them to the side for y'all. Alright, so if I was to just dig in like this, I'll be cutting all this weight away. But since I'm going in and I'm flicking out, it's creating that nice weight right there. And that weight, I'm going to blend this in with shears, but that weight is going to eventually support these little hairs. Is going to fall at least right there or somewhere, because we don't want to fade him up and now we cut the hair too short up here and now he has a big part just sitting right there. So, yep, that's what we're doing. That's really it for the explanation part. Alright. Now we're going to start to do the blend. We're going to create this first guideline. You could use trimmers, but I like to use my faders for this. And we're just going to slowly fade around for this first guideline. And we're doing it in a burst fade shape. We're not going straight up like this or straight down. We're just going to slightly curve it like this in a circular motion. That's how we're going to set in our guidelines. And for the rest of the fade, that's what we're going to do for the rest of the fade. Is set in like that, in a curved shape. We're not going to start the fade just yet. We're just setting this first guideline just so we can see everything. Because we're going to show y'all, I'm going to show y'all what we got to do next. This is the most important part for me when I'm doing my burst fades. And we're going to show y'all that really quick. But yeah, that's pretty it. We're going to knock off all this bulk with the trimmers after we fade and everything. But now we're going to match the other side and then we're going to get to the most important part that I was talking about. Alright, so whenever you're doing the burst fade, the most important part is this part right here in the back. We can take these clips out for right now. I'm going to keep the clips in on the side at the top. But for this back portion right here, he does want the V in the back. And the V kind of is like the starter point for the burst fade. It kind of shows you how far to label the or take the taper or the burst fade and how to fade it and stuff like that. It's kind of like the first rough draft for it. Put your head down. And to have that V effect, you can have it with all of this bulk right here. Let me make sure I can see what I'm showing y'all as well. So we're gonna do clip over comb. We're not gonna go dig too deep in there like this and go to his roots because we don't know if it's light hairs right there or not. So we're gonna slowly do it. Just take a little bit off at a time. And this is basically debulking, so we can set it on V. And we want to make sure it's low enough so your trimmers could actually cut the hair. They have different type of blades I would recommend or I would use for the process. A good one would be the DLC blade, but the DLC blade is very sharp. Or mine is very sharp because I sharpen my blades myself. See this right here? This is good. You can see, it's enough room to where you can set in the guideline. We're gonna come down with the, matter of fact, I'm about to show you. Let me get this real quick, all these little hairs. We're gonna take a number 6 guard, and we're just gonna go down right here. We're gonna start off with the level all the way open. The number 6 guard not really doing anything. That's when we know it's closing. Boom. This part is coming up. We're gonna tuck that in. Now we're gonna move down to the number 5 guard. All the way open. You wanna start off with levels all the way open. Whenever you're cutting your hair down, or whenever you really do anything, to just ensure that we're not cutting hairs that we want to keep there. Whenever setting in this V back shape, you want to choose where it's going to be the thickest at. Like here, he has a lot of light spaces and a lot of light spaces right there. So you kind of want to take it up right here, but you don't want to take it up too much to where it's digging inside the fade all the way up here. We want to make a good angle be like right here, like right around this area. That would be perfect right there. So when setting in the back, you always want to make sure you're not digging into it, an angle to where you're not digging into it. And you want to set in the first guideline right there. And if you're not sure if it's symmetrical or not, you tilt your blade down. You tilt your blade down because you can take hair away, but you can never bring it back. And over time, because I already know this side needs to be bringing up a little bit more, you do that, you take all the under hair off, and then you angle up a little bit more. Take a little bit more off. But I'm about to do this side for y'all. And boom, that's what it should look like. I'm gonna turn them this way. We're gonna angle this out a little bit more. I'm gonna do this side, make it even for y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna show y'all. Alright though, so this is what I got so far. Nice little V. If I need to adjust it, as soon as I get done with this fade, I will. But it's just the basics and everything, getting like the nice shaping and everything so we can start our fade. So, to start the fade off, we're gonna set in our second guideline or our first fading guideline. Basically our second guideline, tilt your head a little bit for me. We're gonna get at a nice little angle. He's too high, I'm not that tall, so we're gonna lower him a little bit. Alright. Well, I am tall, I'm about 6'4", 6'4" in real life. Alright, we're gonna do the level all the way, right there. Start right in the middle. You don't wanna go too high, because remember, even though it doesn't matter right now, but remember all this is a 3 guard. You want to set in that first guideline the same exact shape that you set in everything else. I want to make sure you get all back here as well. Create that nice little circular shape. And now what you want to do, you want to slowly fade it, which is closing these levels all the way. And when you close the levels all the way, that level goes down, and closing it leaves less hair. So we're going to start fading down until we get the level closed all the way. So we're going to close our level a little bit, fade all this to where the hair is cutting. Close it more. And as soon as we close it, we're going a little bit down. Every time we close it, we're going more and more down to the bottom of the fade where we had set in that first guideline. And make sure y'all using y'all angles of y'all blade. If you're on this side, if it's too hard to get on this side, use the right side. If it's too hard for the right side, use the left side of the blade. You don't want to be stuck using this side of the blade because you want, or this side of the blade because you want going to wind up cutting all this up here when you don't really mean to. So that's also another important step that'll take our fading process to like a whole new level. And the reason why I curved it down here is so we can have this nice C-cup thing going on right there. Now what we're about to do, we're about to start our fade down process. And with the fade down process, we're going to start with that 3 guard all the way. So we cut everything down with the level all the way closed. We're going to knock off this little hair real quick. Just so it's not all in the way. We're going to open up the level all the way. And start, we're going to go all the way up this time. We're still going to flick out, but we're going all the way up. And because we cut everything with the level all the way closed, this is removing all of the bulk when you have the lever all the way open. And then we're going to slowly close it, working our way down in the fade. And again, every time you're closing it, we're moving it down, we're moving down, and the lever is going down as well. And basically when you're down fading, it's kind of difficult to understand at first, but when down fading, when you move on to the next guard or you're going down, remember we're still flicking out, but you kind of want to, it really looks the same, honestly, whenever you're down fading. We're about to put this 2 guard on now, but it looks the same the whole entire time, but you really just do it off of like viewing the haircut if you can, all the way open with a new guard. Then we're going to close the same process, but whenever you hear the hair cut, that's when you know you need to stop. I've been cutting for a while, so I kind of know the sounds and everything for real. Move down. Whenever I hear the hair cut, that's when I stop and I know to pull away from the hair and flick out. Go down. And y'all gonna slowly see the fade. The bottom of this fade transition is gonna get lighter. And y'all gonna actually start to see the fade. Down fading is way more satisfying than fading up. Guaranteed. Because you're slowly seeing the transition of the haircut. Or the fading process of the haircut. All the way open, 1.5 guard. Start in the middle, that's what I like to do. And just work your way around. Right now, I'm not going this high. I'm not going this high, still flicking out. Turn them a little bit so I can see a little bit better. Close. Now once you get to the level all the way closed, we can start using our brush side. Our brush side is good for all the little tiny hairs. Y'all really just watching this whole entire process. And it should be looking like a blend to y'all on the camera. The 1 guard is a sweet spot. I use a red 1 guard instead of the black wall 1 guard. I feel like this cuts more closer to the scalp than the black one. And the clip of the guards are a lot different. They're shaped a lot different. Guards do matter when it comes to getting a certain blend. We're just gonna flick out like we've been doing. Level all the way open with the 1 guard, flicking out. close it.
When I watch you play, I think of your motor. I think of how relentless you are. That comes from somewhere. Where was it?
You need the detail. Turn your clipper to the side. Use only the corners or the edges of your blade. And y'all should be seeing the blend right now, like I am. And it's good for diversity when you're a barber. Like he's coming away from Texas. If I wasn't able to cut this type of hair texture, I'll be limiting myself. Let me focus for y'all. But I'll be limiting, oh my goodness, myself when it's coming to clientele. Meaning I'll be making less money. And you don't want to make less money as a barber. You want to try to cut everybody that walks inside of your shop or wherever you're at. And to be able to do that, you have to learn how to cut every single hair texture. And me, I don't settle at just cutting the hair texture or just knowing everybody can cut hair, but not everybody knows how to cut the hair. If that makes any sense to y'all. Learn that from Barber John's OP. You have to know why you're cutting it, what you're doing with it, how the hair works and everything. Why do you need to do certain steps and stuff like that? So and this right here is where I separate myself from all the barbers that live where I live. And there you go, a nice burst fade. I'm gonna try to angle it this way so I can see, make the light hit it a little bit more. Move the camera. But it's a nice burst fade to finish it off. I'm gonna show y'all what it look like after I do the beard and everything. Basically for the sides, you just use the corner of your blade, make the C-cup part. I'm gonna touch up the C-cup part a little bit better, but I'm gonna do it off camera. And we're gonna get back to y'all and show y'all the end process or the end cut. Alright, so we basically finished the haircut and everything and did the beard, nice little beard lineup and everything. Now it's time to transition this almost into the fade. We don't want it all just hanging over like that because now we can't, let me turn to the side, we can't really see the fade. We kind of want it sitting up kind of like right there so we can be able to see the fade and everything. So we're going to take all these clips out. Get the base and everything. Now when y'all doing this, y'all always want to start off short or start off basically again, what we're gonna say, we can take hair away, but we can't bring it back. So that's the goal or the motive. So start off long, just debulk. Just debulk at first. Making sure you're able to see what you're actually about to cut. Just enough so we can see the fade. This is the hair that's in the middle, we won't touch that. Hit with a little bit, see. All the little hairs. Boom. Share that real quick. And we're gonna try to put some product in here and see how it look with the curls in there and stuff. Basically, that's what we got. I'm about to do the other side and then we're gonna show y'all what everything look like in the air. So this is the end product right here. And all we did was cut the curls to where it wasn't hanging over. We have a nice little shape right there. See how it's going straight up like that? But that's basically, we just clip over, comb all this right here. And we did make it hang over just a little bit. There's this side, this side. Boom. A nice haircut. Right there, nice beard lined up. Show y'all the front real quick. Mr. Anthony's front, hold your head up real quick right there. You ain't gotta look in the camera, not like that. But we left the front kind of, you know, have the curls kind of hanging over right there. It's a nice fire transition. Alright, I'm about to do like some little B-rolls for y'all, and it's HRB. If you're not handling your business, then what you doing? And we out. Like, man, this dude don't hurry up. All right.